Crime rates in these European cities are skyrocketing, and the reasons are not what you think they are. In fact, these cities may look beautiful, but imagine strolling through these historic streets just to realize you are not safe. I spent days analyzing crime statistics and asking locals and residents with plenty of experience about their realities, just to bring you the hard facts of these places. And today we'll discover which European cities had the most alarming rise in crime. We are in for some polemic, and the first city probably will bring a few protests in the comment section. Berlin, Germany. The German capital, known for its endless techno parties, architectural eyesores, and ugly modernist buildings. By the way, check later this video about the most beautiful and the ugliest European capitals. And lack of a high-level football club. But on top of all that, Berlin recently saw a drastic increase in crime. According to data from the Berlin Police Department and the Bundeskriminalamt (BKA), violent crime increased by 8% in a single year. The German Federal Criminal Police Office, also known as Bundeskriminalamt or BKA, reported a 15% increase in homicide rates in Berlin from 2021 to 2023. Sexual crimes have also seen a rise, with cases of sexual assaults increasing by 12% over 2 years. According to Berlin Local's new reports, robberies in 2022 also rose by 10%, with public places becoming hotspots for these crimes. Even schools are having a spike in violence. I'm not talking about kids stealing candy from each other, but real violence. Violent incidents in schools have surged, rising from 1,133 cases in 2021 to 2,344 in 2022 and 2,737 in 2023, a 141% increase in only 2 years. And according to the local police, knives are also being used more frequently inside schools. Another type of crime that exploded in Berlin is car theft. Currently, on average, 21 cars are stolen in Berlin every single day. In terms of location, neighborhoods like Neukölln and Kreuzberg and similar areas report high instances of gang violence, drug trafficking, and assaults. Berlin's rising crime rates are partially due to gang-related violence. Organized criminal groups, many of which have international ties, play a major role in the city's criminal landscape. These groups are involved in various legal activities including drug trafficking, extortion, and violent confrontations with rival gangs. Neukölln and Kreuzberg are particularly affected by these gang conflicts. Rival groups in these areas compete over the control of drug sales and other illicit trades. And since we are talking about gang-related crime, let's talk about the UK. More specific, about Birmingham in England. Birmingham is the second largest city in the United Kingdom, located in West Midlands. It has a population of over 1.1 million, making it one of the country's most densely populated urban centers. Known historically as an industrial powerhouse, Birmingham has grown into a very diverse metropolitan hub. However, recent years have seen an unsettling rise in violent crime. According to data from West Midlands Police, violent crime in Birmingham soared to record highs. Knife crime in Birmingham has become a prominent concern, and the Office for National Statistics, ONS, reported a 10% increase in knife-related offenses from 2021 to 2022. The usage of zombie knives, weapons with a plain cutting edge, a sharp pointed end, and a blade of over 8 inches long tripled. Sexual crimes has also spiked in Birmingham, increasing by around 14% in 2022. Rapes happened during broad daylight. Some of the most affected areas are Aston, with high levels of violent crime, especially assault and knife crime. Gang activity and local disputes are common, and drug-related incidents are also prevalent there, with many attacks linked to organized criminal activity. In Newtown, with significant challenges with gang violence and drug trafficking. Assault and robbery are frequent, often related to territorial disputes between local gangs. The next city is just 40 minutes away from Birmingham, Coventry. This is a historic city in the West Midlands with a population of approximately 345,000 residents. Since 2020, Coventry's crime rate surpassed by a high margin England's average crime rate. The most common crimes in Coventry are violence and sexual offenses, with 16,323 offenses during 2023. One of the most violent areas is Hillfields. a place with intense gang activity and frequent cases of assaults and homicides. Some residents are terrified to leave their homes. The increasing incidence of knife crime, assault, and drug-related offenses have made certain areas of Coventry particularly vulnerable. And since we are talking about knife crime, the next city is known by stabbing crimes, and it's much larger than Coventry. Yes, it's London. The capital of the United Kingdom has experienced a notable increase in violent crime over recent years. In the year ending March 2023, the Metropolitan Police Service recorded 938,020 offenses, up from 743,000 in 2015 and 16. This is a 26% increase in such a short period. Knife crime has seen a significant increase in London and in the entire UK between July 2022 and June 2023. There were 13,503 knife-related incidents, a 21% rise compared to the previous 12-month period. Homicide rates have also escalated. In 2023, London recorded 103 homicides, with stabbings accounting for over 60% of these cases. Certain districts in London have been particularly impacted by the surge in violent crime, and one of the most notorious is Croydon. This borough has reported the highest number of killings in 2023, with a significant portion linked to knife crime. The list of violent places also includes Newham, known for gang-related activities, and Lambeth, with increased instances of robbery and assault. According to the Metropolitan Police, gang-related incidents have become more frequent and severe, with members increasingly using knives as their weapon of choice. For more about violence in London and places you should avoid, check this video here. I left the link for it in the description and in the comment section. After 3 cities from the UK in a row, the next place with skyrocketing violence is in a much different country. It's a much less famous city, El Prat de Llobregat, in Spain. It's a city located in the Barcelona metropolitan area in Catalonia, Spain, with a population of around 65,000. It's a relatively small but densely populated area. El Prat is best known for hosting its Barcelona primary airport, Barcelona El Prat Airport, which is one of the busiest airports in Europe, but it also has experienced significant rise in crime rates over recent years, including violent crimes, thefts, and drug-related activities. In the first half of 2023, El Prat de Llobregat recorded a 13.9% increase in conventional criminality compared to the same period in 2022. The total number of reported crimes reached 4,184, with a notable rise in thefts, which accounted for 2,330 incidents. Remember that we are talking about a city of less than 70,000 residents. Being adjacent to Barcelona, a major urban center with its own crime challenges, El Prat experiences spillover effects. Certain districts within El Prat de Llobregat have been particularly impacted by the surge in criminal activities like San Cosme. This neighborhood has witnessed increased violence incidents and gained a reputation as a high crime area. Now it's time for the last of the 6 cities with skyrocketing crime rates in Europe, and this city is probably the one that you and everyone else expect to see in this ranking. Because despite being a rich city in a wealthy country, currently there are even grenade attacks there. But before we review the city, I would like to ask a small favor. If you enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Now let's talk about Stockholm, Sweden. Yes, if you are minimally aware of crime rates in Europe, you already know how violence increased in Sweden. The capital of Sweden has undergone a noteworthy rise in violent criminality in the recent years. This surge includes shootings, stabbings, and even bombings. To be fair, that increase in violence is not only in the capital, but all over the major Swedish cities from Malmö to Gothenburg. In 2023, Sweden recorded 55 fatal shootings out of 363 incidents. A huge contrast to the combined 6 deadly events in Denmark, Finland, and Norway together. The Swedish Crime Survey 2023 indicates a shocking rise in exposure to crime, with 20.3% of respondents saying that they were victims of crime. 1 in every 5 people are victims of crime in Sweden. These are numbers that you would expect in violent cities in Latin America, not in an European capital. In fact, when we make comparisons against other European capitals, we realize how alarming is the situation in Stockholm. So let's make some comparisons. We start with sexual assault crimes, rate per 100,000 people. Stockholm in Sweden, 6.9. Paris in France, 2.1. Berlin in Germany, 1.4. Rome in Italy, 1.2. Warsaw, Poland, 0.9. Burglaries. Again, the rate per 100,000 people per year. Stockholm, 539.9. Paris in France, 396.7. Berlin in Germany, 341.8. Rome in Italy, 250. And Warsaw in Poland, 210. Assaults, rate per 100,000 people per year. Stockholm in Sweden, 3,107. Paris in France, 2,694. Berlin in Germany, 2,332. Rome in Italy, 2,020. And Warsaw in Poland, 1,600. What about car theft? Stockholm, Sweden, 1,080 cases per 100,000 people per year. Paris in France, 740. Berlin in Germany, 620. Rome in Italy, 480. And Warsaw in Poland, 360. So even European capitals like Paris, which are not among the safest, are way below the criminality numbers presented by Stockholm. The reasons for such surprisingly awful numbers are, among others, the immigration and integration challenges the country experiences. The influx of immigrants over the past 2 decades has led to challenges in integration, resulting in socioeconomic disparities and the formation of entire parallel societies. These conditions have fostered environments where crime can thrive. Even the Swedish Prime Minister acknowledged the failure to integrate immigrants, leading to parallel societies and gang violence. The most violent districts reflect this, since the most violent areas have a more diverse demographic mix. Places like Rinkeby-Kista, for example. This area has witnessed significant gang-related activities, leading to increased incidents of shootings and bombings. The diverse demographic composition and socioeconomic challenges have contributed to its vulnerability. One of the local cops from Rinkeby told France 24 during an interview, open quote, "You see wounds, people who have been shot with AK-47s, who have been stabbed, people who have war wounds. It's like a totally different society, another type of Sweden," end quote. In Stockholm's metropolitan area, another place where crime is rampant is Södertälje, with huge issues related to organized crime and associated violence. And we could not forget the area of Husby, which is actually a part of Rinkeby-Kista. This district has reported increased instances of robbery and assault, contributing to its reputation as a high crime area. One of the most feared gangs is called the Death Patrol. Criminal activities from this gang even spread to other European countries, like the murders they committed in Copenhagen. Gangs are responsible for most of the bomb attacks in Sweden, and often riots start after gang members get killed by rivals, like during the Christmas of 2022. Curiously enough, as violent as it is, Stockholm is also among the fastest growing European cities. Even more curiously, all the fastest growing European cities are located in just 2 countries. I investigated this phenomenon, and the surprising conclusions you can find in this video here on your left.